with the thickness of 3 mm to make bitter grout chips. The safety features implemented are less blade contact with human skin, good grip at the handle, large surface area at the bottom of the product, non-slip surface at the bottom to prevent the cutting tool from slipping during in use. Food grade material are also used, such as stainless steel blades and also ABS plastic to make sure the food is non-toxic and safe for consumption. To save the time of cutting, the product specification is able to cut 30 or more bitter gourd slices in 1 minute. The product is very easy to be operated because of less number of components. The cutting tool must be portable, which means it is easily to be carried anywhere and lightweight. The product cost is less than 350 ringgit as allocated by the faculty. After we identify the customer requirements and product design specifications, we proceed to make our conceptual designs. Each group members created 3 conceptual designs based on the product design specification. Next, I will continue this presentation by explaining my conceptual design for this project. The concept design 1, where the mechanism was inspired from an egg slicer. To use this cutting tool, first we have to put a whole bitter grout horizontally in the hollow part of the base and press down the handle on the upper part. As you do so, the blades will cut the bitter grout into even slices with thickness of 3 mm. The concept design 2 is the improvised design of the dash safe vegetable cutter referring to the benchmark. First, we put the bitter grout edge first into the chute. As you move the handle up and down vertically, the blade will cut the bitter grout. The distance from the board or in the body and the blade is 3 mm, which cut the bitter grout into even slices with thickness of 3 mm. The sliced bitter gourd falls into the container which is attached to the back of the body. My concept design 3, which is a rotary vegetable slicing tool. We first slide in the upper part into the mounting base and tighten it with the locking screw to secure the vegetable cutter. Then we pull out the pusher handle from the trough. Raise the cover plate and place your bitter gourd into the trough. Close the cover plate and gently push on the pusher handle knob while turning the handle on the rotary cutting unit. Where the table in the slide shows the pew selection method for choosing the best conceptual design. From table result, we can see that my concept design 1 is the best concept to proceed as it scored the highest net score of 10. Now, we move to the next 3 conceptual design by Arief.
Let me introduce my conceptual design. I made 3 conceptual designs. I will explain how it works for each solution. For solution 1, first, hold the bitter gourd vertically and make sure the bitter gourd touches the top surface of the product. Second, move the bitter gourd down and up. Make sure it touches the blade. Third, the cut result will fall into the container. Solution 2. First, insert the bitter gourd vertically through the top of the product. Second, press the handle so that the bitter gourd does not move and turn the blade clockwise. Third, finally, remove the blade first before removing the cut result. For solution number 3, first, place the bitter gourd horizontally on the base of the product. Second, press the handle down until it touches the other handle. Thus, pull the handle upwards before tucking the card result. From the pure selection method table, solution 3 is the best design as it got the higher net score. Now we move to the next conceptual design by Norbert.
Good evening, Dr. Azriana. Let me introduce my three conceptual designs. My solution one in the slide is my first conceptual design, which is a two-part product that can slice the bitter guard. First, we need to put the bitter guard inside the bottom part. Then, press the top part down using the handles. As we do, the blades in the top slice the bitter guard into perfect slices. Next, the solution 2. This design starts to work when put a bitter guard inside the hole that and start to slicing it by moving the handle to the left and right directions. We need to use the pusher when the bitter guard to push the bitter guard until it slices fully. The handle connected with the plates of blades and can move to the left and right directions. This makes the blades slice the bitter guard one by one until it ends. The slices of bitter guard also will be fall down inside the container. Finally, my third conceptual design that I made inspired by the banana slicer. However, I modified it and put a container under to it to collect the sliced bitter guard. It has a sliding container that can slide to dismantle and reassemble it after we used. It starts to work whenever we put a bitter guard inside of the hole and start to press the upper part and the lower part to slice the bitter guard. Then the 4 sliced bitter guard will fall down into the container. These steps need to repeat until we slice the whole bitter guard. Pure method is used to select my best concept design that consists of 13 design selection criteria. From the results, solution 1 becomes the best among the 3 designs with the total net score of 8. Once we choose our best designs among us, we need to apply the method of selection, which is pure method, again to select our final design using the same selection criteria. These are the 4 best designs from our group members. These 4 designs are having much best specification, but we need to select the best among the best by using the pure method with the same 13 selection criteria. From this method of selection, we are able to select our final design, which is solution 2 that named as BetterGuard Easy Slicer. This figure shows our final design that best with the selection criteria among the 3 designs. There are some reasons that show why this solution is the best. This design able to slice the bitter guard perfectly. It means the distance of the blades is 3 mm that slice the bitter guard with the thickness of 3 mm. Next, this design also safe to use because it has a non-slip base that made by the rubber. It makes the design non-slip and stabilized. Customers also can make less contact blades between fingers and blades when slice the bitter guard. This design also can save time with can slice 30 slices of bitter guard in 1 minute. This design has a hollow part on the base. This hollow part on the base will hold the bitter guard perfectly. This design also small and less than 10 components, which is 6 that easy to fabricate. From this, we know that it must be low cost, that is lower than Ringgit Malaysia 350 compared to other 2 designs. Lastly, this design also lightweight and can carry it anyway, make customers easy to slice the bitter guard for the preparation of bitter guard chips. The next process after we choose this final design is we proceed to the detailed design of the product using AutoCAD software. According to our final design, this is the assembly drawing and the explorer drawing with the description of the components. In the explorer drawing, we can see there are 2 custom components and 4 stock components. There are total of 1 upper part, 1 base, 30 blades, 1 connecting rod, 2 square nut and 4 bottom grips. We as a group decide to buy the stock components that exist in the market, and for the custom components, we have to fabricate it perfectly with the correct dimensions. After we created this bill of material, we now proceed to the final step, which is to determine the financial update for this product.
Well, in conclusion, we have achieved the objective for this project, which is to create a design of bitter gourd cutter for the preparation of bitter gourd chips, which fulfills all the customer requirements. So, panel may ask, what about the planning for what you want to do for next semester? Well, for Diploma Project 2, we will proceed to fabricate and test the prototype. We have identified the stock components and custom components for our design. So, we plan to buy the stock components from the market. For the custom components, we have planned to fabricate the components using 3D printing method. For this method, we first need to convert the Autodesk AutoCAD drawing to Autodesk Fusion 360 or SolidWorks. The material need to be used to fabricate the custom components is ABC plastic, which is a type of hard plastic. And that is our end of our presentation. And we would like to thank panel for lending us your ears to let our group to present our Diploma Project 1. Thank you again.
Okay, thank you. So boleh tunjuk balik tak the first you punya slide? Okay, sekejap next, sekejap saya tak nampak. Next, background from the statement. You ada state you punya objektif ke? Sebab dekat dalam conclusion, you ada cakap you achieve you punya objektif. So my first question is there any objective stated in your slides?
Yes. Our objective is to design a
Tak. Saya tanya dekat dalam slide ada tak objektif? Tak,
Yes.
you tak perlu tekan slideshow ni, just patah balik yang ada a list of slide belah tepi tu. Sebab you tak ada page number, so I tak boleh nak sebut. Okay, ada tak dalam slide tulis objektif? Ada tak?
We wrote what are we going to solve for the executive. So it will be more understandable. We mention it in the part where we wrote what are we going to solve.
Maksud saya, ada tak you tulis objektif 1, 2, 3 dalam slide ni? Ada tak?
Tiada.
Tu je soalan saya, ada ke tak ada? So tak ada kan, you tak ada tulis you punya objektif. And then tapi dalam conclusion you kata you mencapai objektif lah. Sepatutnya you kena tulis lah you punya objektif tu apa. And then soalan saya yang kedua, pergi dekat slide nombor 4. Alright. Okay. Soalan saya, how do you get the list of customer requirements? Where or how do you get the list of customer requirement? Is it from questionnaire? Is it from interview? Is it just your interpretation?
Okay, to answer this question, we ourselves didn't do a survey, but we ourselves are also a customer who will also.
Thieban, sekejap Dr. Rahman dia mesej saya, mungkin dia nak join. Sekejap saya tak jumpa link pula. Okay. Alright.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we also are as a customer, we know what are the requirements that we need. And I personally have asked my mother, how are you, what is the requirements if you want to buy a product such as bitter gourd cutting tool. And then she also mentioned that it must be safe, it must be safe to use, it should function well, save time.
Okay. Tak apa. That's mean you just list without any appropriate interview or questionnaire, right?
No,
You just
because it is not. Yes, because we have also asked our supervisor, and supervisor said, you also are customer, so you can list the customer by yourself.
alright. Never mind. Okay, so next okay, dekat nombor 5 tu kan. Okay, so each of you provide the individual conceptual design. So my question is how you generate the conceptual design. Is it using brainstorming method, or you use morphological chart, or do you use any engineering method lah, ataupun you just lukis je and then you dapat satu full conceptual design. So how do you generate? Macam mana you generate conceptual design ni? Memang you terus lukis terus dapat ke macam mana? Sebab saya nampak ni setiap individu ada conceptual design sendiri tau. So soalan saya, macam mana awak generate untuk dapat satu bentuk set conceptual design tu? Tapi individu kan, you tak brainstorm dengan orang lain. Brainstorming is in the group. Maksudnya you brainstorm, setiap orang bagi idea. Tapi kat sini saya tak nampak konsep brainstorming tu.
Doctor, can I answer this question?
Alright.
We all have a own benchmarking for ourselves. So from the benchmarking, we all get idea for how to do a design, not same like the benchmarking. We need to modify it, or we need to add some specification
Okay.
based on the customer requirements and the PDS, product design specification.
Maksudnya you guna morphological chart ke apa? You ada guna tu tak?
We gather as a group, we talk how we need to do upgrade a design and how to modify it to become a perfect design with the design selection criteria.
Okay, tak apa. Okay, next. Mana satu you punya final design? Sekejap. Yang pertama, Thieban, you pilih yang mana? Solution 1 ni Okay, solution 1 Okay, markah dia 10. Okay, next. Next, Arief. Pilih solution 3, markah dia berapa? 9. Okay. Next. Solution 3, markah dia 7. Alright, next. Solution 1, markah dia 8. Okay, next. Alright, maksudnya tadi sepatutnya ada berapa? Ada 4. Ada 4 design, conceptual design lah kan? And then daripada situ, macam mana you pilih solution 2 pula ni? I tak berapa, tak dapat nak catch up dekat sini tadi. So datum tu datang daripada mana? Datum tu?
Datum is also one of team members conceptual design.
Okay, solution 1?
Solution 1 also
Siapa punya?
Shafiq.
Shafiq.
You punya the best conceptual tu kan?
We all take one best conceptual design from one each member, and we do another time the few method to select the final one.
So solution 1 tadi daripada mana? Tak nampak, saya tak nampak. Daripada
Shafiq.
siapa?
Shafiq conceptual design.
Okay,
I mean,
cuba tunjuk.
Shafiq.
Cuba tunjuk yang Shafiq punya tadi, solution 1. Oh, inilah solution 3. And then
Yes.
patutnya you ada 4, so ada 4 lah kan? Ada 4 conceptual design lah. Cuba you tunjuk slide 9 tu. 9. So yang lain ni semua the best design ke? Sebab datum tu saya tak tahu daripada mana datang. Betul tak? Kata tadi ada 4 kan?
Tentu dari
Setiap orang ada
dari
yang
Arief.
bagus kan?
Yeah.
Siapa yang paling bagus tadi? Yang 10 tadi. Yang mana satu? Solution 2.
Yeah, the solution 2.
Solution 2.
Solution 2 the Seplo.
So datum datang daripada mana?
We select datum, that is Arief concept design, because when we compare these 4 best design, we discuss it in a group with our supervisor.
Alright.
We can know that Arief concept design is the least with net score in these 4.
Okay, so you dah
Hello.
kira skor tadi kan?
Hello.
Yes.
Okay. Siapa? Dr. Rahman ke? Bercakap?
Yeah. Okay. So actually the datum, basically datum should be the best one. It should be the best possible solution that you have actually, not the least favored one.
Lagi
Because
satu
of course
saya,
it's going to be, of course the others are going to be better. Actually, datums can be based on the benchmark or the best possible concept that you have.
lagi satu saya
The concept of
confused.
datum. Okay.
Saya confused sebab conceptual design ni dia dah buat scoring tapi dia score lagi sekali.
Ya, maksudnya
Markah
actually,
dia tak sama.
okay.
Kenapa? Tu soalan saya sebab tadi kan solution 2 ni dia dah scoring. Sebelum ni 10 kan saya baca. Tapi bila dia scoring again, kenapa markah dia jadi 4? So boleh explain tak? Kenapa jadi macam tu? Saya tak dapat tangkap dia punya konsep dia.
First we use
Cuba
the
you tunjuk
product
yang solution 2 punya tu. Solution 2 yang you dah scoring. Yang ini kan? You dah scoring kan?
Yes. Yang ni.
Tak, yang tu kot. Page 5. Page 5. Betul tak solution 1? Dalam ni dia tulis solution 1 lah. And then you dah scoring kan? Markah dia 10. Betul tak?
Yes.
Okay, and then cuba you tunjuk balik dekat page 9 tadi. Kenapa markah dia jadi 4? Next, you
So
go.
I think maybe I can explain. So the first one is kata self scoring kan?
Yes, doctor.
The last one yang ni, this page 9 is you combine kan?
We combine and then
you give the score kan?
For example, why
then
the
when you give
score?
the score then you average kan?
Betul.
Yes. So that's why
And then,
the value is different basically.
yes, exactly.
So this is a group points, not the
Yes.
individual. The previous one
Yes,
adalah individual.
Yeah.
So maybe in order to avoid confusion, maybe you jangan guna solution 1 lagi, solution 2 is going to be next stage. Maybe X, Y, Z kan. So that to avoid
Understood,
that
doctor.
confusion.
Okay, so untuk details dimension, do you have any details dimensions?
We didn't include the dimensions in this slide.
So that's all my question. Dr. Rahman ada nak tanya apa?
Oh, actually I tak go through. Saya pun tak tahu punya how the project diploma was conducted. Okay. So basically I tengok tadi, can you show me the first slide? Maybe I go through very fast. Okay. So this is going to be the second one Second presentation Second group.
First group.
Okay, slicer, okay. Okay, next page. Okay, based on Shopee, okay. So the next. Okay, customer requirement. Okay. Okay, next. Okay. Okay. So the design selection criteria ni, okay, basically you nampak lagi banyak daripada is more than the customer requirements.
Yes, betul.
Ya, tak apa, tapi okay. Okay, so okay. So saya okay, saya faham. Okay. So finally you pilih yang mana?
Solution
Oh, this
2.
one.
Yes.
Solution 2. Okay. Okay. So actually, you kena tunjuk, you should show your the dimension here. Do you know what is the size of apa bitter gourd per year?
Yes, sir. We actually went to the market, Maidin, to 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 get the average size of the bitter gourd, which is 12 cm long and 5.2 cm the maximum weight.
Why don't you use the largest one? Because that's I think the best one. Because if you were to use the average one, maybe the largest one cannot cut properly.
Yes, we have planned for this. If it is more than 120 millimeter, the length, we plan to cut first the bitter
I
gourd
see.
in two.
Okay.
It will still save time because it
Okay.
will take a few seconds only to cut.
Okay,
Thank
good
you.
explanation. Okay.
So kalau macam
Oh.
ni, kalau di-cut dan tengah dia tu, biji dia nak buang macam mana?
Okay. Yalah.
Doctor, we plan not to cut the biji.
Oh, okay.
We
Yeah,
want to, because the bitter gourd is hard. So if we put the whole bitter gourd and cut it first, it will be easier.
yes.
Maksudnya, kalau
Okay.
nak buat peria apa tu? Peria goreng tu, maksudnya goreng dengan biji lah.
Tak. Actually, kita kena keluarkan biji dulu. Yes, we have to cut the things. Yes. Okay.
Maksudnya dah cut, lepas tu kena
Baru
buang biji
slice.
sendiri lah.
Cut and slice. Cut, take out the seed, then baru slice actually. So,
It is optional if you want to cut half or terus to also include the seeds. Yeah.
That's going to be more works to be done later.
Itulah. Okay.
Okay. So how can you tell me how this product can fulfill the customer requirements? The final one.
The customer requirements is need to be save time. Our product need to be save time. Need to save, that is the customers also make less contact between the blades and the fingers. So we can see our product is just open and just put the bitter gourd inside and just press it with use the handle.
Okay.
So it will not it will make less contact with the blades.
Okay.
And also it save time. We can cut the whole bitter gourd one time when we press whole thing.
Okay.
So
Okay. Yes. Okay. Next slide. Okay. So you are going to have another. You are going to fabricate it next semester, right?
Yes, and we have already planned.
Okay, good. So what type of material are you going to use?
For the base and upper part, we are going to use ABS plastic, which is a kind of hard plastic to fabricate using 3D printing method.
And then you're going to have the blade as well, right?
Yeah, the blades, the rest 4 components is the blades, grip, the connecting rod and square nut is stock components, so we can buy at Shopee, Lazada, etc.
I think it's going to be very costly because you are going to use many blades, I think. Maybe you can try to use maybe just kind of a wire Just one of the maybe cheaper than using the blade, I think.
Okay, we will consider next time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Alright, no more question for me.
Okay, thank you. Alright, so next group, B9. So next group, boleh share screen?